Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show. Grab your coffee or your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about. But before we get started on those red hot topics, please go to my website, www.monalisamonroe.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got toast. Believe me, we've got you covered. And also, you could purchase my book, Life After the Diagnosis. If you know a survivor or you are a survivor, this is the book that you need. Well, let's go ahead and get this party started right, shall we?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show, honey. And just like the commercial says, grab your coffee or your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about. Now, once again, if you are new to the show, let me go ahead and give you what's up at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and whatever other time you can figure it out. So, here at the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show, we talk about what you're talking about, okay? That's called the red hot topics. And how many red hots? It just depends on what you guys are talking about. Today, we have three red hot topics that we're going to address, and we're going to give you what's happening here in my neck of the woods, as they say in the morning, on the morning news with Al Roker. I think that's what he's called, Al Roker. He says, let me tell you what's going on in your neck of the woods. So let me tell you what's going on in our neck of the woods, but we'll get all in that in just a moment. Please, please, please. You see this right here? Do you see this? This is some merch from the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show, honey. You see that? Pie-yow! That right there. The Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. We've got coffee cups. We've got all that you need on the what? On the website. Please go to my website. It is www.monalisamonroe.com to purchase your merch. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, totes, coffee cups. We got you. And this right here will be all over it. The Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. Each purchase that you make from the website supports the show. The Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show is all about what you're talking about. And we call that the what? The red hot topics. And of course, baby, we're going to get right up in that thing. Trust me, we are. If you're new to the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get into it because we got a lot going on. And we're only here for a certain amount of time. So, let's just get into it. Number one, red hot topic. I want to congratulate Pastor Frederick D. Haynes in Dallas, Texas. Congratulations, Pastor Haynes. Pastor Haynes has become the successor of Jesse Jackson. So he will now be the head honcho for the Push Coalition in Chicago. Congratulations, Pastor Haynes. When I went to the church, when I tell you, this is like a no-brainer to me, because when you would preach social justice, you would go in. I'm talking about in. You live and breathe social justice. So this fits you perfectly. Congratulations, congratulations. Push Coalition has a leader, honey. When I tell you a leader, he is going to lead you in the right direction. Congratulations, Pastor Haynes, again. That's our number one red hot. I wanted to go ahead and do that since I used to be a member of the Friendship West, the Wild Wild West, as they call it, Friendship West Baptist Church. Congratulations, sir. Oh, red hot number two. We got to get into it. Jamie Foxx. All right. If y'all remember a while back, it was all over the news that Jamie Foxx was in the hospital in a coma. Almost near death in some episodes. And then all of a sudden he is out and about playing pickleball or pickle, whatever that is, being seen bowling, riding around like nothing has happened. And word is, honey, that wave from the crowd that he did the other day is not even him. So I would like for you guys to let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that is the real Jamie Foxx or is that a lookalike? David Banner, good morning. This is an awesome platform. Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Welcome to the show. So, here we talk about red hot topics. So, Mr. Banner, what say you about what happened with Jamie Foxx? Because I'm grateful. I'm happy if he's okay and everything, but oh my goodness, the rehab must have been amazing, because he looks like nothing was wrong with him. Nothing at all. And the rumors just was everywhere. Jamie's almost near death. Jamie's in a coma. Jamie this, Jamie that. And then to see him play pickleball. Like, what? You're playing pickleball? You look amazing. So I I don't know. Is it just me wondering what's going on, or is anyone else out there going, that just does not seem real? You know what I mean? Hello, how are you? You were there last Thursday. Not congratulations. Welcome to the show. It's very informative. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try my best. I really, really do. So here at the show, we just basically talk about what you're talking about. We pull it from the headlines, we pull it from social media, and we just talk about it. And I want you guys to feel free to chime in on the red hot topics. And the first red hot was congratulating Pastor Haynes for being the successor for Jesse Jackson in the Push Coalition. Congratulations. And the second red hot is this right here. Jamie Foxx. Is that really you? I mean, because if it is, you have a rehab hospital system or whatever that is the bomb, because you look like nothing was wrong with you. And if you guys remember, I mean, it was everywhere that Jamie Foxx is I'm talking about in a coma. He's sick. He's near death and this and that. And you're like going, huh? Because he is playing pickleball. Pickleball. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think. Word on the street, as they say. Word on the street is that that's a body double. It's not even him. And these body doubles look a lot like these Hollywood folks. And by the way, they're still on strike. And as I was saying earlier, you see this? If you want one of these, please go to the website. It is there below, scrolling by your face. www.MonaLisaMonroe.com. So, back on the red hot. You guys tell me what you think. If it is Jamie Foxx, he looks amazing. Amazing. Hello, Johnny. Good morning. This is an awesome platform. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. We try to bring you the news, because it's so funny, because as soon as you turn on the news, you want to turn it off because it's so, it's a downer, right? So here on the show, we try to, like, for instance, when you're talking back to the TV, like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Da, 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 da. And then you have your comments, right? Well, this is basically what we try to do. We try to give you a voice to the news that's happening. What your comments are according to the news, And so right now it's like, what's up with Jamie Foxx? Because Jamie Foxx looks amazing. It looks like he had no problem whatsoever. And just to think that you were just in the hospital. So I just wanted to know what you guys thought about it. Does he look like he was in a coma? He's got an amazing rehab hospital that he goes to. That's all I can say. But let me know what you think. Because that is crazy. Good morning, Bernard. How are you? Thank you so much, sir. And welcome to the show. For those of you that are coming in now, thank you for tuning in to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show. I appreciate it. Here on the show, we talk about what you're talking about in the news. And this is a platform to where you can add your 2 cents, as they say. You can sort of tell me what you think about what's happening in the world. And our first red hot topic was congratulating Pastor Haynes for being Jesse Jackson's successor for the Push Coalition. And the second red hot topic is basically talking about this right here. Jamie Foxx, is that really you? Is that really you, sir? If it is, then wow, that rehab hospital, wherever you were, took care of you, honey, because you look like nothing was wrong with you. That's red hot number two. Red hot number three, Carly Russell. I think her name is pronounced Carly or Car. Yeah, Carly Russell. And now the words, on the news, the word is out now that it was a hoax. Now, some people say that it was a hoax. Some people say that the girl was really kidnapped. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you must have been under a rock. So, but if so, I do have a little bit of information to sort of jog your memory about what who Carly Russell is. Okay, so Carly Russell, okay, was reported missing on Thursday of last week, and Thursday night, shortly after a 911 call to report a missing child on the side of the Interstate 459 in Hoover, Alabama, a suburb in Alabama. No, Birmingham, sorry. And it was everywhere. It was everywhere, all over social media. Everyone was looking for baby girl. Everyone was trying to figure out where she was, what's going on, where's the child, all of that. And the word was out that the child was considered bait to reel her in. And, everybody was glued to the TV because it was just so odd, right? No one could find the child. We couldn't find Carly Russell. She went missing. And then, poof, on Saturday, she just walked up to the house and opened the door, per se. I mean, she just literally came back home safely, which is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing that she made it home safe. And nothing is reported that was wrong. I mean, it's like nothing was stated that about a rape or abuse or anything. So, of course, I'm glued to the TV because I wanted to bring it up today on the show. And I saw on the news that they finally released a report from her. And she basically stated that the child that she was looking at walking on the side of the road was bait. So she said she was abducted. That's what the word is. And I just read that this morning, just saw that this morning, because they were interviewing her and they kept the information until further investigation. So it was released today that she was definitely abducted. That's what she said. And she said that she was grabbed and brought into bushes. And she said she fought her way away from the abductor. So if you know anything more than that, we jump on and tell me what's up, because that's what I just read and saw this morning was her story. Now, I'm sure it's going to be all over the news today because everyone is trying to figure this thing out. What in the entire world, right? So, of course, you guys, if you follow the show, you already know that I have a better half that is on the show periodically. And I absolutely love when he's here. And so do you. So I want you to help me welcome Mr. Dr. Reverend Gary Monroe, my hubby. Woohoo! Hey, hubby.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I guess it's good to be back on the platform with you again.
Yeah, I missed you. Where you been?
Oops, you got me down here.
Yeah, we've got screens everywhere.
You got cameras everywhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what's going on this morning?
Well, of course, the show's all about talking about what everybody else is talking about.
What is everyone talking about?
So we're
Because
going to,
you never tell me.
because I like your raw response.
Raw response.
Yeah. So
I never get a preview of what the topics are.
Yeah.
So
because this is authentic.
Authentic.
This show is, impulsive.
I don't have my MonaLisa Monroe morning show cup.
Yeah, I got.
But I'm representing Hope City Church.
Oh yeah, Hope City! Shout out!
Yeah.
Shout out, Hope City!
Pastor Corey Williams.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And I was about to say First Lady, but she doesn't like to go by First Lady.
Pastor T. How about that?
Tamika Williams as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Hope City. So
Absolutely.
Let's start from the beginning. So the red hot topic number one, you don't really know Pastor Haynes. And I was telling you yesterday, Pastor Haynes is old pastor of mine. I used to attend his church, Friendship West Baptist Church. And he is now the successor of Jesse Jackson at the Push Coalition in Chicago.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So I was just going to give him a shout out. Congratulations. So that was the number one thing.
I guess if I had to chime in on that, succession planning is always good. Sometimes, particularly when you're talking about an organization, a movement, or just a cause, it can fall by the wayside.
Right.
If there's not any protocols put in place for succession planning. What are we going to do? And oftentimes, particularly when someone who has a face and popularity as Reverend Jesse Jackson, take a Reverend Jesse Jackson, a Bishop T.D. Jakes, and when they are the face of an organization and that person moves on, a lot of energy and a lot of what the organization stood for falls to the wayside.
Right.
So succession planning is good. I'm glad to hear that he has turned the reins over to what's the pastor's name?
Pastor Frederick D. Haynes.
And you know him, so you can speak on his behalf. Yeah.
Yeah, and so now I feel sort of awesome because I now know the leader of the Push Coalition, because I couldn't say that I knew Reverend Jesse Jackson. I don't know him personally, but I know Pastor Freddie Haynes. Woo! Okay. So that's just awesome. Mr. Ellis, good morning. Brother Monroe, can I guest host when you are not available?
Hey, you see, what does the background say? The
MonaLisa Monroe morning show.
So if she would like to have you as a guest, by all means.
By all means.
I hope that you bring some substance now.
You got to bring it. If you're going to be on the show, you got to bring it.
But hey, if she wants you on here, I have no problem with it.
All right. So our next red hot topic was about Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
So you remember the whole thing about Jamie Foxx. First of all, when we first heard he was ill, the rumors started going. It was like he was in a coma. Right. He was sick after the vaccination. It was tax evasion. It was just everything. That rumor was flying. And so you're hoping that he's okay. You're praying that he's fine. And then all of a sudden he starts popping up everywhere like nothing has happened. Like he is totally looking like nothing was wrong with him.
Right.
And he's waving at the audience. He's playing pickleball, whatever that is. And so rumor has it that it's a lookalike.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a look-alike. And so,
well, I mean,
wow.
And that's what you have to be careful about with social media. I mean, that's the good, the pro, and the
yeah,
con
right.
about social
it's
media.
It's good and it's bad.
It's almost like TMZ news, because you can get news in real time,
right,
by people who are perhaps there,
right.
But social media and the various platforms, and everybody's going to add their spin to it. That's not my cup of tea, following Jamie Foxx or following celebrities. That's not my cup of tea. But I mean, we conversed about it,
right?
And I don't really have any input in it.
No input.
But, I mean, whether he's was ill or not, and if it is, I guess the question is, if it is a lookalike, then what is the storyline behind why do we need a lookalike? Was he really ill? Is this something I heard someone talking on this with the actors, writers, and everybody striking because of AI,
yes,
of their image and likeness. So is this going to play into that? I don't know. But if it is him, then hey, a lot of people were praying, and we know that pursuant to the word of God, that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And so, you wish everybody well.
Right.
So if it is him, then blessing that he is on his feet, healthy, and playing pickleball.
You're right. But, I'm hoping that it is him. I'm hoping that it is him.
Yeah.
So if hello, good morning, Mr. Bernard. How are you? Great answer. I will advise my cousin to vote for you. She lives in Garden City. All right. Well, Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Woohoo! What answer was that? I wonder what answer he's replying to.
I'm assuming the answer about the guest host.
Oh, okay.
He said that's a great answer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because you could have went another way.
But what way could I have?
You ain't gonna be on this show. So yes, we are collecting all. But we'll address the voting thing in a minute, right? Okay. So, Jamie Foxx.
I can't say now with you on the show, she's gonna be hanging all over you like this now.
No, no, honey. Oh, come on, babe.
I'm just putting some parameters down. Don't expect and anticipate the camaraderie as such, But we welcome.
We welcome all folks. Yes,
this is MonaLisa's platform. Okay. So hey, whoever she brings on is cool with me.
Awesome. And usually I don't hang on guests, but you might find this morning. All right.
Just this morning. But it's cool.
All right. So Jamie, if that is you, you look amazing. And congratulations for getting well.
If it's not him, what is he going to have to do to prove it is him? That's
just like TMZ. TMZ is like, but unless y'all don't know, TMZ to me is the real news. I know it's horrible, but TMZ has the story before anybody has the story, and it's just real.
But my thing is,
how is
he going? If everybody's saying this is his lookalike, and then he gets up, does an interview, right?
But you'll know if it's a lookalike. You'll know.
I mean,
Jamie looks a certain way. Now, yes, far away, that lookalike might get away with it. But anyway, if it is you, Jamie, I'm glad you're feeling better, and we're going to keep it moving on that. Good morning, Mr. Smith. How are you? Love this show and the platform of shows. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show. So we're going to go ahead and get on this third red hot, which is Carly Russell. Carly Russell. Is this a hoax? Now, I was just talking about who this was. I was giving people sort of like a backdrop, because if you don't know what this story is, you must have been under a rock. But other than that, Carly Russell she was reported missing last Thursday night, shortly after a 911 call. And she basically reported on the 911 call that there was a child, a toddler, like a 2-year-old baby, that was walking on the side of the highway. And she was telling the 911 operator, there is no way I'm going to keep driving and leave this little baby walking on the side of the highway.
Right.
So the 911 operator was telling her what to do, and then the phone dropped. Okay. So Carly was missing.
But then she made a call to a cousin
family
or
members,
sisters, a family
right,
member.
right. So so it was people that had heard from her, and she had stated the exact same thing.
Well, supposedly during the abduction, she made a call to a family member, and didn't say the family member said they heard a baby crying or something, and then all of a sudden they just heard passing cars, and
like the phone dropped.
Right, and so when they got to the scene, they did find either the phone or
they found the phone,
her Apple Watch.
Right. What she was communicating.
Right.
Okay.
So they found that.
So,
but no sign of
sign of her, and it was everywhere. It was all over social media that she was missing. And for me personally, I was thinking, because it's a lot of people missing. Okay, it's a lot of little black kids, little white kids. I mean, it's people missing, and my thought process is, who pick and chooses whose story goes viral? Because people are missing a lot.
Well, I guess this story right here was, I guess, unique in the sense because, we talk about sex trafficking.
Right.
And we talk about sex trafficking one, and then you have a baby.
Right.
That's included in this,
this story.
With a story. I won't say alleged abduction. So that was interesting. But remember when it first came on?
It was everywhere.
You and I were sitting there when we first heard it, and I said, I hope this is not a hoax.
I know.
I literally said,
well, I didn't, I didn't say that. I didn't say that the first time I heard it, because I really thought that she had got abducted. But let me tell you when I started sort of going, when she showed up. Okay, so she was missing on Thursday. Friday, she was missing. Saturday, she shows up. Like, boom, she went home. And I'm like going.
What was the some of the information?
Okay,
that
so
caused her to, they said that prompt her to.
Okay, so after she just shows up, right?
Yeah.
There was no sign of abuse. There was no rape kit. I mean, there was none of that, right? And so the questioning of her was sealed. It was under investigation, right? So then stuff started leaking. And so people that was questioning at the police department started leaking info, because all you got to do is pay somebody. Anyway, started leaking info, and it was said that she had watched Amber Alert documentary. And I was like,
which was
Lord.
Interesting, right? Because just the other day, right before this happened, I watched.
I know. He was telling me about the Amber Alert documentary.
Yeah. I don't know if it was on Hulu, one of the streaming platforms.
Oh my God.
And I said, let me watch this documentary to see, how the Amber Alert came about.
But how did it start?
And I watched the documentary. And it was pretty good. It was an intriguing documentary. Now, even when that documentary came on, I was somewhat. It was odd because
you were questioning the documentary.
The young lady, you have to watch the documentary, and I wonder if anybody else would have the same thought that that ran across my mind when the documentary comes on. It comes on. There's a production crew that's actually filming Amber's family for like a month prior to her abduction.
Yeah, that was
a camera crew,
right,
following her mother and family prior to her abduction, and all of a sudden, wow, the girl is abducted, and now this whole Amber Alert system is initiated because of this young little girl's unfortunate abduction and subsequent
which you doubted. It
blew my mind. I'm still baffled, like, come on, man. Like
so that's what the leak was. The leak was she watched this documentary, and who knows what her mind was going, I don't know. So now this morning, I'm reading and researching because I like to give you guys real information. This is like off the press.
And that's what not a drum roll, but a neck roll. Real information.
I like to give y'all some true stuff, right? So this morning, I'm researching all of my stories to make sure I got the legitimate stuff. And the police report states, and this is out now, so you're going to hear it on the news, 60 Minutes, CNN, you're going to hear it today. But MonaLisa brought it to you first. But anyway, the police said that she said someone jumped out of the bushes and grabbed her, and she fought. And that's how she ended up getting loose. Now, it was also said that she walked home. Now, her home was some miles. So that the time of the abduction on Thursday, and she's walking and makes it in on Saturday.
Well, I mean,
she probably took some days walking. I don't know.
Well, even if she's walking, right?
Walking.
I mean,
she walked home.
I'm certain she was walking in a public place. Someone would have seen her walking,
Well, someone would have seen her walking, but who knows? I mean, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
But still, yeah, I mean, there was a Amber Alert out with regard to her.
Amber Alert does not have the only photo they have is that one photo. Well, now, if you're driving or you're on your phone, they don't give you a picture. It just says, look for this, that, this, that.
The point I'm making, it wasn't an Amber Alert per se, but but after the first day, within hours or whatever, it was plastered all over the news.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
I mean, if I'm driving down the highway and
you see a girl walking,
you see a young lady walking, because this is
the alert,
high alert,
right?
This is a real-time matter. You're going to be paying attention to a female, just walking by themselves on the side of the road, and you would think now, if she fought to get loose that Thursday, and wherever she was, and she had to walk home, it took from Thursday, Friday, and end up arriving
on Saturday.
That, I mean,
she probably took a rest somewhere. Ooh, I don't know.
Where?
I don't know. What I mean,
you would reach out to someone.
She don't have a phone.
If you're walking, you're not going to flag anyone down?
No, because it's dangerous. A woman can't just flag anybody down nowadays. They'll take you and you'll never be seen again. And plus, she just got abducted.
And that's my point. Being abducted.
Yeah, she's not going to trust anybody.
There's a 7-Eleven somewhere. There's a Walmart somewhere.
Wow.
There's a CVS somewhere. A Walgreens somewhere.
Yeah.
There's some place of business. Whereas I'm certain it would be hard for me to comprehend that she walked from Thursday to Saturday and she didn't pass anyone. She didn't pass any place of business where she felt comfortable enough to go in and say, hey,
I'm so-and-so.
Yes, I'm Carly Russell.
Well, like I said, I'm following the story. I'm following it very closely. I'm
Okay.
following it very closely, and I'm gonna bring y'all what I got. So that's the red hot number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And before we close the show, of course, like I said, we're going to talk about what's happening in our neck of the woods. That's how we're going to close today.
Okay.
And
what's happening in our neck of the woods?
What's happening in our neck of the woods is bam, CHIP project. And then, of course, the CHIP project is when we are now rehabbing and rehabilitating 6 homes here in Garden City, and we're on phase 2 almost, and we're finishing up on phase 1. And I absolutely want to tell you that if you are in Garden City and you are anywhere that you see one of our rehab homes, please take a picture and post it and tag us and let us know, great job, way to go, something. Mm-hmm. Let's get us tweeted, let us go viral, something. So Garden City Housing Team is doing a CHIP project in Garden City, and we are doing the most.
Let me because what is the word of God says, it's good for someone else to talk about your success. And I just want to say that we just can't let this pass and say that the Garden City Housing Team, who is the Garden City Housing Team? Who's on the Garden City Housing Team? Well, the Garden City Housing Team started back in 2011, 2012. It was a program initiated by the city of Garden City. I was one of the original members. And we had to go through 3 years of training to be what they call GITCH qualified. Mm-hmm. And GITCH was what? Georgia Initiative Community something? What was GITCH? Housing. And then once you go through 3 years of training, and then you have to set up a nonprofit within that community, mm-hmm. that the city actually can work through for housing, to address housing needs in the city.
Right.
And so I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, the former president was looking to dissolve the organization, mm-hmm. and they were looking for someone to continue to facilitate it.
Yes, Lord.
Recommended MonaLisa.
Whoop, whoop.
And she got a whole new staff. Miss Tanya Payne, Miss Tammy Holman.
Oh Lord, are you going to try to name Debbie everybody?
Well, the people that are there, Tiffany Cooper, and a host of other guys that's involved. But those ladies have really worked hard, and they were able to obtain a $400,000 grant. And with that grant, they are doing significant rehabs to families here in the city of Garden City. And I just want to say, Doll, you're doing a great job. I know it has not been an easy task.
No.
But you ladies have persevered and pushed through, and now you're beginning to see the fruit of your labor. You all are at the completion of one home, right?
Yes, we're at the completion of one home, and we are so excited because we're almost done with the second one as well. Phase 1 is almost complete. It should be complete by the end of July. So please, like I say,
I mean, you are really went above and beyond, because not only did you all just obtain the CHIP, the grant itself, mm-hmm. but you all were able to partner with Home Depot.
Oh, my Lord, yes.
Habitat for Humanity, even Hope City, mm-hmm. pitched in last week.
Yeah, let me touch base on that. Mm-hmm. Now, good morning, Aubrey. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. So, the Garden City Housing Team partnered with Home Depot, mm-hmm. to do a lot. So Home Depot is our number one supporter when it comes to the rehab and rehabilitation of these homes. Hope City, they did a serve day. And when they decided to help paint and landscape one of our rehab homes, that was like a servant. They did that for free. These were like mm-hmm. all volunteers. And Home Depot also landscaped, and that was free. Mm-hmm. And the camaraderie of every group that has now joined forces in helping these residents in Garden City. It is tremendous. It is a bout that is fought daily. And with this initiative being housing, number one.
It's interesting because when you first began, and you're going to get criticism, you're going to have opposition no matter what you do. And there was some crass criticism as far as we don't see them doing anything. What are they doing? They don't want to get their hands dirty and that. But it takes time to
put the
foundation in place that allows you to build and launch off of. And once the foundations was laid in place, not only MonaLisa and her team gets out and get their hands dirty, they now have, like I said, Home Depot, Georgia Ports Authority, ILA Local 1414.
Oh, yes.
People are reaching out to say, hey, we want to be involved. We want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
She's also doing, through the organization, we're also doing a community garden.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 community gardens, 2 are functioning now. So a lot of things have transpired this summer here. Mr. Charlie Ellis, what's the other?
Brother Kenny, Lebo, Miss Lebo.
Yes.
I mean, look, Garden City is being revitalized with housing and the community garden.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like it is being transformed one house at a time, one yard at a time, one person at a time. So right now we're just excited about what's happening here in Garden City. And for those who live in Garden City, get in touch with us to find out how you can reach out.
Right.
How can you help in this mission to revitalize Garden City and to make it another garden? We're named Garden City. Why not make it green and beautiful and lushful?
Yeah. And so if you want to ride by the home, now don't do anything foolish, but we have a couple of properties that you can go by that we are building on in Garden City. So we'll give you those address again once we are completed those projects, so you can ride by and see what the Garden City housing team is doing.
And also you can go to the website.
Well, go to the website.
www.supportgcht.org. Now,
and if you go to the website, support.
Yes. So
control.
No, you control us. You can go ahead. You can peep us.
Oh, they can peep.
You can peep us. But of course, we are accepting volunteers, monetary donations, in-kind donations. Right. If you are a contractor, if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, we want you. We want all of you.
So someone asked the question, how did the residents qualify? That was a qualifying process. That was like last year. It was this process took like a year and a half to take place. So the residents had to fill out applications.
Right.
I think you all probably screened about how many applications?
Man, I put it like this, hundreds, because the population in Garden City is 10,000. And when we opened up the application process and stated that we would be rehabbing these homes for free, we had a lot of people to apply. But the thing you can only get eliminated based on different filters, right? So the filter number 1 was you had to be a homeowner and you have to own that home. Now in Garden City, we have a lot of heirs property, right? So these deeds have like 7, 6, 3 people on these deeds. Your home has to have your name.
You have to be the sole owner.
You have to be the sole owner, operating owner. And that eliminated a lot of homes. Right. And a lot of people are like, how did these people? Well, number 1, that was one of the filters that knocked a lot of applications out. And believe it or not, filter number 2 eliminated a lot of people, which is what? Home insurance. So if you're in the low to moderate income area, you are basically paying your bills and food and clothing and shelter, and home insurance is just an extra bill.
Right.
But this was one of the filters that eliminated more people. And last but not least, the third eliminator was your income. Now, we had people come that their income was like $38,000 a year. That is considered low to moderate. But this program, you had to make less than $35,000 a year. That eliminated quite a few people. Right. So with that being said, we were, after the application processes went, we had people to pass all three of those, but yet not turn in the application on the deadline. So it was a lot of things that sort of happened to where we ended up with 6 homes. And these 6 homes were the ones that turned it in and passed everything. And that's how they qualified for this program. So that's what happened. When is the next application process? The next application process is it's every 2 years. And we received it in 2022. So the next one is in 2024. Are we applying? We'll see. How many homes are you working on now? 6. How can we contact you? Okay. So closing out, you can contact us at our email is gardencityhousingteaminc@gmail.com. Our phone number, 912-373-5964. Our website, www.supportgcht.org. Now, before we leave today, I want y'all to know one last thing, honey.
One last thing.
You see this handsome gentleman sitting beside me? Look at that. He's running for mayor of Garden City.
Yes.
And so we're going to close out with his campaign.
Well, and you know what? I'm running for mayor again. And I have no problem saying again. I've ran a number of times, have not won. But I remember the words of Christ when he says to be repetitious in disseminating the gospel is not burdensome to him. So in essence, to continue to try to do something, continue to engage something, initiate something, even though it fails or even though it doesn't happen. Like Christ said, it's not a burden to him to keep trying. It's not a burden to him to try to keep doing and improving. So yes, I'm running for mayor again, because guess what? When God puts something in your heart for the greater good of people, and my daddy said this to me once before. He said, there's nothing greater for a man than for him to wake up and live for something greater than himself. And so one of those things is, outside of MonaLisa and my family, is the city of Garden City. And I have a heart for the city of Garden City. I believe that we could have more, we could see more. I believe that the city of Garden City have enough in place assets or natural assets based on our geographical location that we should be a thriving city that the residents that live here can experience a superior quality of life on all facets. And so I'm running for mayor of Garden City here. I believe what we need at City Hall is leadership with a vision. And yes, I have a vision. I have a vision to try to revitalize the city, rebuild the city, and add that quality of life that we once had here in the city of Garden City. And unfortunately now, the city has been overtaken by industrialization and commercialization, and it has egregiously negatively impact the quality of life. And so I'm running for mayor of Garden City. That election will take place November 7th. And so, just look out for me knocking on your doors. Look out for information that we'll be disseminating and putting forth. I'm giving you out of my heart. What I'm sharing with you, this is not, I'm not reading any, I don't have to read anything about my platform agenda, what I want to do in Garden City. No one is giving me this. Well, I correct that. Someone is giving me this, what I'm sharing. And that is God. God gave me this calling to fulfill. He's given me the vision for a bigger, a better and brighter Garden City. So yes, November 7th, if you believe you live in Garden City and you believe in a better Garden City, if you believe in a better quality of life, if you want to see more restaurants opposed to more railroad crossings being blocked, then yes, vote for Gary Monroe. If you want to see more residential development and someone partnering with the Garden City housing team to bring these opportunities to residents, you want to vote for Gary Monroe. And someone who can partner with Georgia Ports Authority, opposed to seeing Georgia Ports Authority as an enemy or an opposition or a detriment to our city. How can Georgia Ports Authority be a detriment to our city when it generates over $100 million of taxes?
That needs to be your best friend.
$70 billion of direct household income in this region. So, we have to be able to formulate good, sound relationships with the industries around. So again, I know we're running low on the show here, but and I'm going to be starting a platform of sort, Monroe Minute. I did it once before when we were talking. We had the Monroe Minute,
and you'll be back.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask those questions.
Ask them. Ask the hard questions.
Ask the hard questions.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this platform here will be ready to go with the Monroe Minute soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Soon. Mornings, nights.
It may be. I'm not certain when I'm going to do it. Whether it's going to be in the evening times, when viewership is best. But it'll be a platform. Whereas whether you are able to watch it live or to just go back and look at the video, it will be made available for you to watch, to inform you
and to ask questions. And a lot of times people they just not educated with a lot of the things that's happening around them because they don't know, right? So this is the person to ask. Gary is also a city commissioner on zoning and planning. Gary's also a pastor. Gary's also a doctorate. I mean, Gary's the bomb. So bottom line, if you need to know, ask Gary. You know what that needs to be? That needs to be the name of that show.
Ask Gary.
Ask Gary. Oh, I love it.
If you live in Garden City,
ask Gary. Oh, I love it. I might play with that.
It's funny that you say that. Years ago, a news station called and they asked, could they do an interview? And I said, of course, yes. And I said, well, why is it that you're asking me to do this interview? And they say, well, the storyline around town is if you want to know what's going in Garden City, you need to ask Reverend Gary Monroe, because he has the information that is
historical, because you were born and raised here.
Historical, but also information that has been researched.
Right. And you know what? I think we're going to play with that. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in to the MonaLisa Monroe Morning Show, honey.
Absolutely.
And look forward to the Monroe Minute, or Ask Gary. We don't know yet. We're going to play with that a little bit.
Doesn't matter. in the Monroe Minute, there's a segment to Ask Gary.
Yeah, there you go. Monroe Minute, Ask Gary. I love it. I love it. Thanks again for tuning in. And you guys, let me tell you something. Like Tabitha Brown said, if you're not having a good day, or if you're having a bad day, don't you go and mess up everybody else's.
Absolutely.
So I want to say my own little quote. And have a good day and God bless. Bye-bye.